What's going on, guys? Joel Robinson here. I'm on site for our 4th of July fireworks show setup. Let's dive in. All right, so we're on site for our 4th of July show for setup. This is going to be probably the first position and staging area, and then if I pan right here, every 50 feet we're going to drop another position. So middle position will approximately be in this little divot. It is a little wet. We're going to put plastic down, and then the furthest position is probably going to be just right up here, still about 200 feet from that building over there, which is not an occupied building. This road is not a public road. This is on private property. And then if we pan to the right here, over by approximately this tree, in front of that line there is where we're going to be sitting to watch the show, and that is approximately 300 feet from here, so it's perfect distance, and we'll have power over there for speakers. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and measure this out and start dropping stuff in their positions, except for the middle position. Let that dry out a little bit. So what we have to do is we have to start matching all of our product now that we're on the shoot site, and we have our match here. Here's an example of a product that we already poked a hole in, and I basically just looped the fuse over to plug the hole. So here's a match, right? And we're going to leave the shroud on. The reason we're leaving the shroud on is to reduce friction on the match head, because technically this could light prematurely with friction. So just as a safety precaution, we leave that shroud on there. So when I pull my fuse out here, I made enough room to bore this right into the lift charge, like so, right? And if you've never done this before, I recommend doing it with someone that is experienced on this matter before you do it by yourself. But anyway, so just like that, then we're going to put some tape on here to kind of secure that down. And normally I tape it right on the hole, and then again on the outside. This would be strain relief, so if someone trips on this wire, it pulls there instead of on the hole. But that's it. So that product is now matched, and we got to finish all of the other products before we start dropping them on their final positions in the field. Okay, just going to give you a little progress update here. So we're starting to lay out the positions. These three are now matched. We have two more to do. The plastic that we're using here is because the ground, we had a nice rain this morning, so the ground's a little wet. So we got some anti-static fire retardant plastic, which found and put it underneath of all of the positions so that the cakes do not soak up the water. So like, for example, you see all the water sitting here. So that position was the biggest worry. But nothing's connected. Everything's just basically sitting at their resting places. And we have two more to do, and then we'll start connecting everything to modules. Just wanted to give you a little update here, showing you the progress. So what we're doing now is we're just covering all of the tubes with foil. And again, that is to prevent fallout from landing here and lighting this fuse premature, because it's all part of the finale. So I just have to do the foil, and then we're going to start plugging in cues. All right, so first position's all wired up. We have our, ground effects here. We have sliced cake, our single shots. It's all in one module. We come over here. This is all of our cakes. You'll see we've, for example, taped some of the smaller items together. That's all on that module, and then shelf finale. And then we got to do the other four positions over here. One thing I did notice is there is a slight kind of divot. So like the 4th and 5th position over there are going to be slightly higher than the first position. So that might throw my angles on my comments off a little bit. But honestly, I'm not going to, it's not going to look perfect in the sky. But hey, it happens. Anyways, continue on. All right, it's just about 7 p.m. We are finished with preliminary setup, so we now have to do all of our checks, continuity signal, and all that kind of stuff. See my brother in the background there taking down our pop-up tent. So we are at position number 1 here, and then position number 2, 3, 4, and 5. You'll see we moved the 4th position back there a little bit back, and that was mainly to get the flat ground as well as avoid that pull. We still left the plastic on some of these positions. Okay. But overall, did a good job. I wish I would have had time to get all of the cakes on those plywood boards like I wanted to, because then it would have solved the problem with the plastic. But you see, like, I took the smaller cakes and taped them all together. Let's go over here. This middle position here is still super soggy, so there's no way that plastic is coming up before show. So we're planning on leaving it. Yep. Several sliced cakes here. Let's go up here. So in these two positions, it's way more dry, so the plastic is missing here. So you see, I originally had the position with the stake aligned with the other positions, but now I moved it back here. Okay. Yeah, got a lot of different things. Our shell rack at the back, like I said, we foiled it. Everything's connected to Cobra units. That gerb right there fell. Actually, my brother knocked it off the plywood, so we staked it. And then we spin around here, fourth position. So all those buildings are pretty darn far away. That's like 400 some feet to that building. Audience is going to be over here 300 feet. There's some people gathering for a little barbecue right now. I say gathering, there's like less than 10. And that's back towards our positions where we started. Yeah, a lot of work, but we still have all of our checks to do. And then we'll move on. Oh, one thing to mention, I did not put a backup fuse on the shells, a backup hit on the shells. I kind of wish I would have, but at this point, you know, we're just going. Hopefully everything fires. It should be obvious if one of the position shells don't fire. So that, I mean, it should be obvious to me if anything doesn't fire, but specifically the shells, because a whole position will be missing. We'll see what happens. But yeah, pretty good. You see the racks over there with the angles turned out pretty well. Since the ground is kind of uneven, some of these shots might be slightly off, but I think it's still gonna look okay. Yeah. So, I'm gonna get the cars out of here, clean up a little bit, and go set up our shooter's position. All right, this is where I'm shooting from. Look at that perfect view. I was actually worried about the pole on the left, but it's perfectly on the left side of the most left position. So this is gonna be an awesome view. So the camera, you know, perspective is gonna be like here, drone above us. Got my shooter's table going on here, which pretty much just has the drone and the camera, or the remote right now, and the cameras I gotta go bust out. Look at that though. I'm excited. All right guys, that's it for the setup video. We are all checked out, ready to roll for showtime with still an hour and some change to spare. See my brother over there recording with the drone, so you guys get some cool aerial shots. Anyways, I will post the actual show probably the day after the setup video, so look forward to that tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.